Hi guys, this is the combat tips video. So the first animal I'm going to be combating against is this fumehound over here. I'm probably not going to try to kill it, just because I have fought it a little bit and I do about 3 damage to it for every 50 it does to me. But I'm going to show you the method you would use if you were really determined to kill something like this. Well, before we start, I just wanted to say that, yeah, I don't carry much stuff on my fighters because they need to be able to move quickly even over unimproved ground. So this woman just has a stone spear and a metal shield and a tiny amount of food and torches just in case. So what I usually like to do is make sure that the creature is far enough away. Okay, so this is good. Let's just run over here. Okay, and I'm just going to click wait. So what I want to do is lure this creature away from this side of the map, because that's the side I want to attack the creature from. And I want to make sure it's far enough away that I load in before we start fighting, hopefully. So that was my intention there. And now, maybe I could have let it come a little bit closer, but it's a bit scary over water because it takes you a few turns to move, or it takes Elia a few turns to move into the water. So if you don't time it correctly, the animal can get a number of attacks in. Okay, so now the next important step. Let me show you this. So this is the side that I want to fight the creature from, and if you look up here, you can see I've already named this location Flee Location. And if you look on my flee orders, we have to go down a fair bit, then you can see my flee order is on now. I just switched it on. The health points is set to 120 and the flee location is listed in the panels. So I set the health points by pressing E, typing in 120. I set the panels by pressing P, choosing this location, and yeah, no other location. And so what that means is that when this character's health drops to 120 or lower, they will run to this location. So that's pretty important. So now let's just demonstrate what happens with that order on. So this is how you fight. So I'm just going to go into that screen and then stand still, basically, until the animal comes and we fight. Okay, fighting, and I guess I fled. I'm not sure why it didn't update there, but I'm going to assume that I fled. Okay, yeah, we did flee. So let's just review the combat logs there. So it looks like I did not much damage to the fumehound, but some. Yeah, we've done some damage here, which is good. Last time I tried this, I think I only did 3 damage the whole fight, so that went a little better already. I'm just going to set another move order, and then we can turn the flee order off. And let's go and take a quick look at the fumehound. Okay, the fumehound is still healthy. So I'm going to stop there, but I'm sure you can imagine the hours of fun you could have if you really wanted to kill that fume hound. You'd simply do what I just did again and again, either with different characters or with the same character and a lot of patience. So just lure the fume hound over here and then run in from the other side. Interestingly, it's not coming yet. Interesting, the fume hound. It's 20 tiles away, so there we go. And we're safe. So yeah, that's what you can do there. I wanted to show one other thing as well, which is just the more general, like, how I like to explore. So if I'm not necessarily getting into a fight deliberately, but I want to just take a look around at new panels. Unfortunately, yeah, we're having a little bit of bugginess with moving between panels, it seems. So, and we saw it earlier, sometimes the connection drops when you leave the panel and you have to refresh the browser. So bear with me if that happens. I just wanted to show this quickly anyway. So we can just do it here, we don't need to keep going north. Let's just imagine we were going to go and look at this panel to the east. So what I would first do is queue up an order to go right next to the panel, then I'd queue up an order to go into the panel, and then another one to immediately leave the panel, right? All in the same place. And what that does is I can just run in, press F, you saw there was very briefly a fume hound there, and then we ran away, okay? So that's how I like to explore, just to really quickly, it's the safest way I know of exploring, just to really quickly look inside the panel and run away. And the other slight tip actually, which I think is even safer, is to do it right in the corner of the panel, just to like minimize the chance that you're right next to an aggressive animal. At least that makes sense to me. I feel like if you're in the middle, the animal can be above you or below you, but if you're at the top, you need to get quite unlucky that the animal's like in a smaller area. Yeah, so those are my two big tips for combat against the animals. I don't actually use the fight with F. You press F to fight. I don't really use that except for with animals that I think of as safe, like this whiptail. Let's go and fight an animal I think of as safe, just to demonstrate how that works as well. We'll see how that works, whether I die or not. There's a fish over here. Surely I can survive to a fish with my fancy spear and my shield. And it is quite important at some point to get a good hunting character, because you get rare components from animals which can pretty much only be got from animals. So yeah, getting this stuff good and getting your character strong enough to automate it is like a huge thing if you can do that, because that's the other thing. All the animals respawn on average about once every 4 hours, I think it is. Okay, so we're gonna set up our flea order again, and we're gonna flee to Parniosos, which is the location to the east of here, which is already a little risky actually, because yeah, I think I won't do that actually. Let's just go over here and check if that is safe to do so. Yeah, okay, so we're going to flee down there instead. Let's just set this up. and I guess we can flee when we're a little lower on health, because 120 is a lot of health compared to a fish. Let's go down to 50. Okay. So now with our flee order correctly set up, we'll attack this whiptail, and as soon as we go down to 50, we will run south. Ah, okay. So there you go. That's how you kill an animal. And just to prove that they drop cool stuff, there you go. We got pulse wires and wire skin from that whiptail. Thank you guys, and I hope that was helpful. Let me know if there's anything you struggle with the animals, or any other tips or tricks you want to find out about. Bye!